So hey folks, and welcome back to another video. And today we're actually up in Lake Windermere, and this is the Windermere Jetty Museum behind me just here. There's a lovely Austin car just outside, and we're going to head into the cafe here, which we've never been to before. So stay tuned guys, and we'll be right back. So morning guys, and welcome back to the channel. So it's good to be back on the MT10 SP. Now as you know, I like exploring and I like finding new places, so put this one on your list. I'm sure it's going to be good. Now, with today being Saturday, we're in the Lake District. Now, the cafe we're heading to is the Windermere Jetty Cafe, and that's near the Lakeland Boat Museum and the steamboat terminal. Just as you go from Bowness on the lower road towards Ambleside. Now, I've always seen the sign for the museum, but I've never actually been in. And I did see a cafe sign once, and sometimes when cafes are associated with museums, you kind of expect them to be part of the museum, and obviously you have to pay to go into the museum. Well, I believe that's not the case. Similar to the Cafe Ambio at the Lakeland Motor Museum at Backbarrow, it's not attached, that you have to go through the museum to get to it, which is good. And you know I like that cafe, so we're just at the Damson Dean just here hotel. I expect the lakes to be a little bit busier today as I head up, even on this road, with it being a bank holiday weekend. There's a few clouds about, but the sun keeps popping out, so that's good. Temperature wise is about 19 degrees. And I'm glad I opted for the Merlin Shenstone mesh jacket today. My fave for anything above probably 17 degrees. And it's just great to be out on the MT10 again. After riding the Triumph Tiger all through to Switzerland and back, I got quite used to that bike and quite fond of it. And if I had the money, I would definitely think about buying one. But the problem is, I decided a few years ago to stick to one bike and one bike only in the garage, and that's why I bought the Yamaha MT10 SP, as many of you know, because it's a do-it-all bike. I've toured on this thing, I use it for Sunday rides, and yeah, it can be used for a lot of things, even commuting and stuff like that, which I don't do on it. Now I am very keen on another bike at the moment, and I'm really considering whether to trade this in, sell it privately, to buy this other bike. No, it's not a Tiger 1200, by the way. A few of you have asked, and I can definitely say it's not the Tiger. And I think you have to look back at what kind of riding you do. If I was touring a lot, you know, more than once a year and things like that, then definitely I would consider, thank you very much, consider getting something a little bit more touring focused. And the Tigers are a really good bike, and although the 1200 that I took on the trip is up around the BMW GS price, around the 18,500 mark, you can get the Tiger 900 actually, and that's a to me that's a real bargain, up around the 13k mark. But it's not an adventure bike, I will tell you that. It's a naked bike, and that's all I'm saying for now, because I'm not doing anything just yet, and I'm looking towards finishing the summer off in the UK, so maybe around the end of September, October time frame. But it is only a consideration at the moment. It's not a definite, yes, I'm going to do it, and yes, I'm going to trade the MT10 in. As you know, I've owned this bike from new, and many times on the channel I said I would never sell this bike. And when I bought it brand new, that was the whole aim of buying this bike brand new, is I was going to keep it and not sell it. And temptations come along in different bikes, and I actually think the bike that I will be getting would be more suited for the riding I'm doing. And also, again, I'll say it would be a bike that I would buy brand new and I would never sell. But yeah, we've all heard that before, haven't we? Now we're just about at the point where I met the irate farmer last time I came up this road, so I hope I don't meet him again. Unpleasant guy he was. And if you haven't caught that video, I'll pop a link in the right hand corner just here. Go and have a look at him shouting at me. And also, if you haven't seen the series that I did on the Triumph Tiger, again, have a look in the right hand corner just here. I'll pop a link actually to the playlist. All 4 episodes are actually on there now. And also the final verdict of what I thought of that bike after 2,300 miles through Germany and Switzerland and France. Well, I'm ready for my morning coffee and cake anyway, so let's see how this cafe is. We're just about to come into Bowness shortly. The weather's glorious. The clouds are white and fluffy, so I don't expect any rain today. But there might be an odd shower later on this afternoon, by which time I'll be back and probably sat editing this video. I'll just cut down here, I think. Cut all that little bit of traffic out. Just next to the village inn. And here we are, Lake Windermere. And we're in Bowness, just down by the lake just here. Now, I could have turned right and gone straight to the cafe, but I just thought I'd have a look to see how many people were about, with it being bank holiday weekend. Down by the glebe just here, where the boats tour out from. Sign up there saying car park full, so it is busy. A few other bikers up here this weekend. Some parked on the left just here. Good place, really. Bit of free parking. That's the beauty about bikes, isn't it? You can park virtually anywhere. And I found that a real gem, really, when I was in Europe. If you're in a car on holiday, you struggle finding car parking, and it's always paid for. Whereas bike parking seems to be free. Well, they're all making the most of it, really. This is the last bank holiday summer weekend, really, end of August. Aquatic boat sales. You got a nice little marina just actually behind these buildings you can walk down to if you've never been here before. A few sailing boats, MotoUKs and things, very nice. But I can never understand, unless you've got money to burn, having a boat on Windermere. Although the lake's 18 miles long or something like that, I would get a little bit bored with the lake eventually. I'd much rather have a sailing boat at sea. And this is the only thing that's a negative, guys. When it's summer in the Lake District, you do get stuck behind a lot of cars and a lot of traffic. Oh, that's nice. Do love a Ford Mustang. I know when I went to Tenerife to see Easy Rider, and if you haven't checked that video out, I'll pop a link in the top right hand corner. I noticed there's a hire company that just rents Ford Mustangs convertibles in Tenerife, so if you're ever going to Tenerife and you fancy renting a Ford Mustang, just type in Tenerife Ford Mustang and it'll come up. Hoping to get back there this winter, actually. Take the family for a little break. And yeah, I'll be renting one of those cars. My daughter wants to get one, so we'll see. So let's get to that cafe because I'm really thirsty and I want to see what it's like. Yep, it's definitely going to get busier. Hence why I came in the morning. All the people queuing up for the boat trips. Actually, the best place to see the lake from a boat. You get to see all the beautiful mansions at the side of the lake as you head down towards Lakeside or up towards Ambleside. A few good eating places here, a bit of a snack and things. Obviously you've got Costa Coffee around the corner, you've got a great chippy opposite, pizzeria, there's a Chinese on the corner there. I've never tried that actually, but next door you've got Vinegar Jones, good chippy. And then we're just going to head left at the roundabout, just by the pubs. And then you've got another great chippy on the left. Nice bakery there, Bryson's Tea Room and Bakery. And then just head left just here. And this takes you towards Ambleside. A couple of nice pubs just there. There's a car park just up here, but then you've got Seafarers Chippy just there on the left hand side. That's always a good one to stop at. And then just down this road is the turning for the museum and cafe. So let's go and find out what it's all about and if it's any good or not. Here we go, sign Windermere Jetty Museum. Lakeshore Cafe open. So a nice little car park. And some bike parking there. Might just pop it on there. Just stick it over here, I think. Next to this scooter. Scooter and a boat. So we've got a nice slice of Bakewell tart, very nice, and a nice cappuccino. We're just sat down by the cafe outside. There's a couple of jetties with boats coming in, and also there's these lovely benches just next to the water. The cafe does breakfast, lunches, and I believe it's open till about 5 p.m. from about 10 a.m. in the morning. And also you've got the boat museum right next to it, which I think we'll have a look round. Prices, not too bad, not too cheap. I think this was about £7.50 for a what I would call a small cappuccino and a nice slice of Bakewell tart. Bacon sandwiches are about £4.50. But yeah, I think I found a nice little cafe, one that I've never been to before, and hopefully it gives you some inspiration if you're up this way to have a look in. Not too busy. There's a coach parked in the car park, but I don't think the people are here from that coach. Okay, so we've got a nice Austin 7 just here parked outside. Racing green. Absolutely stunning. All original. What a lovely motor. Do like these old cars. I wonder what that's worth. If anyone knows, let me know. It's got the old crank handle at the front to turn it over just there. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so we've just come into the museum just now. You can see some of the longboats on the wall, and then this beautiful wooden vessel just here. So this is a boat that's dated 1850 to 1860. It's a steamboat originally. Wow. Small motorboat. check out that engine. How amazing is that? Little fuel tank just on the side there. And I presume that's the steering for the rudder, just at the back there. Yacht Margaret, 1780. This beautiful vessel just here, this steamboat, was built in 1896. Top speed of 22 kilometers per hour. Absolutely beautiful. Even got a plane on the ceiling, look, just there. 1922. Top speed 48 kilometers per hour, or 30 miles per hour. It's got a Rolls-Royce Hawk 6-cylinder engine from 1917. It's an aeroplane engine in this boat. Look at that. An aeroplane engine in a boat. And then some race boats just above me, hanging from the ceiling. Look at this thing. Speedboat. 2 persons. This is the hydroplane White Lady, 1930. Top speed of 55 miles an hour. Old sailing boat. 1934. Wow. So we're going to head into the boathouse now, into the wet dock, just over there. And this boat's a steam launch, 1906. Just there, fully restored, absolutely beautiful, working order. Take a look at this beautiful speedboat, 1963. Albatross. Okay, so we've had a look around the museum. Is it worth the £9 to go into there? I think if you were going to visit again, or you could pass your ticket on to somebody else, then maybe. There's not a lot in there, to be honest, but if you like your boats, then yeah, it's probably definitely worth a visit. The cafe definitely is worth a visit. Obviously it's separate to the museum, and also just behind me on the car park you've got free parking if you're visiting the cafe or the museum. Okay, let's hop back on the bike and take you on a little route out of the Lake District. So back to the bike. It's free parking for bikes anyway, so you just park here next to the red boat. And yeah, how's she looking, the MT10SP? Do I sell it or don't I sell it? That is the question. It's been one of the great love affairs of my life, this bike, and obviously I've got it to just how I want it. You can tour on it, it's great. I've got the top box on today, and all of the accessories I've put on this thing over the years. Still undecided, not 100% sure whether to sell it and get another bike, but yeah, leave your thoughts below, guys, and let's get back on the bike now and head off up the road. Now, if you're interested in the route that I've done today, then have a look in the link below. I'll put a link to the route. This takes you to the Scenic website and will show you the route and all the details and pics from today. But what it also does, it allows you to download the GPX file to the route as well, so you can plumb that in your sat nav, and then you can actually follow the route. So we're just above Lakeside, which is just over there, and then straight up the lake towards Bonus, where we've just come from. What we're going to do, we're going to head over the mountain over to Cartmel Fell, Lindale, and I'll try and point out a pub on this road. Really nice little pub, been to it many times, and it actually has beers from, I think, most countries in bottles. I think there's something like 180 different beers that they sell. So I'll point that out as we go by, and if you're up this way, then I recommend calling in there So we're just at Gummer's How, that's what this place is called, just on the top here. And then there's some walks right onto the top of the hill just there, which gives you a tremendous view over the lakes just there. And again, it's one of those roads that's just off the tourist route. Not many people know it's here. And it takes you right over the top by the pine forest, and then drops you back down towards either Lindale, or you can go left and right further up, and it'll actually bring you out on the same road that we came into the lakes on. Now, the boat museum, as I mentioned, it's about £9 to get in. That's for a year's ticket. Would I go in again? Possibly not, unless one of the members of my family wants to go in. So I have a ticket now that allows someone in for a year, or up to a year, as many times as you want. So yeah, if anyone wants the ticket, let me know and I'll pop it in the post to them if they're interested in having a look in there. If you like your boats and steamboats and old wooden boats, then it's worth a look. But generally I went for the cafe, just to find somewhere else that you can stop at. And like I say, free parking, great little cafe next to the water, beautiful views, and a very nice slice of cake and coffee. And the valley in the distance is the one where we came up before we got to Bonus, just straight through that valley here. So this takes us back down into that same trough in the hillsides just here. Now, if I do decide to sell the MT10 SP, I'm sure there's many people that follow the channel. If you're looking for an SP, then drop me a comment or head over to our Facebook page or our Instagram. I'll pop the Instagram just in the bottom corner just now. I'll be looking to potentially sell this at the end of September time frame. As you know, if you watch the channel, it comes with many extras. I'm not going to take them all off and sell them separate and bring it back to a stock bike. It is what it is. The only thing you won't get is the top box, but everything else that's on the bike you will get. Okay, here we are, Mason's Arms. So the Mason's Arms at Strawberry Bank just here is the pub that I was on about. Lovely seating outside, nice views of the valley, and some parking as well. So yeah, if you're up this way, check that out. Mason's Arms at Strawberry Bank, which is an awesome pub. And then we're just going to do a right just here. This will take us over towards High Newton. Small single track road. Just be careful of the cars coming the other way, if any. It's not really a used road, so we should be okay today. Now, I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of questions asking why am I selling the MT10. Well, like I said earlier, it's just another bike's come along that I absolutely love. I think it would be more suited for the riding that I do around the lakes and things. The MT10's been an absolutely fantastic bike, and it does do it all. But I just fancy something a little bit different. And also a different bike on the channel is also good. And it'll be featured quite a lot with it being a regular bike on the channel and not just the loan bikes that we get from various manufacturers. It'll certainly be missed, and whoever it goes to will have an absolutely stonking bike. I would say the condition of the bike is better than new, better than showroom condition. Always kept the bike in tip-top condition, as you know if you watch the channel. Now, a post box. What would a post box be doing in the middle of nowhere? I mean, there's probably one or two houses within miles of here. I just don't get why there's a post box. And yet you can be in towns looking for a post box and never find one. Oh, the Lake District. It's pretty mental sometimes. Sometimes it's not all about going fast on a bike, it's about exploring and finding these little beautiful roads in the middle of nowhere with views that are stunning once the trees clear. But just beautiful. And when you get to autumn as well, to come along here with the trees turning golden as well, just absolutely beautiful. So we're just overlooking Morecambe Bay in the distance just there. Yorkshire Dales behind those hills. So I hope you've enjoyed the video today, guys. We're going to cut it there. We're just going to drop down into High Newton now and jump back on the A590 to head back down to Lancashire. Like I say, if you come up this way and you're heading into the lakes, then it's just an alternative cafe that we've found. Food was quite good, although we only had a coffee and a cake, but that part was good anyway. And looking around at the other food being served up for people, it looked pretty damn good. So if you're not a subscriber to the channel, then hit that subscribe button, ding that bell for future videos coming up, and we'll catch you on another video soon. Cheers, guys.